into his court with praise. I know y'all ain't tired yet. Come on, make some noise. Come on, everybody. Into his gate. Into his court. What's up, y'all? Come on in. It's time for another episode of Church Guys Like Sports 2. Lil Gregory, what up, man? That's Kobe's #1 fan. Come on, we got some sports to talk about. I need y'all to tune in. Come on, share it, share it. Let the folks know we on. Jake Langley, what up? Where all my Knicks fans at? Come on, let's get on. Tamika, bless you. Beverly, bless you. Thank you, Beverly. Gregory, tell your grandma I said thank you. Woo-hoo. Dr. Harden, my friend and my brother. I don't know where you found the Anthony Mason jersey, but God bless you. Robert Taylor, that mango punch, it'll do it for you, Doc. I'm telling you. Rochelle, thank you. Thank you. Love you. All right, what's up, y'all? Pastor Dave right here for another episode of Church Guys Like Sports 2. Listen, church guys and church girls love sports too. You can love God and still like sports. You can love God and still have a basketball team. Hopefully your team is the Knicks like mine. See, this is an official Knicks hat. Look at that stuff on the side of it. We were established in 1946. It's only three or four teams that have been established that long. The Knicks, the Celtics, and the Lakers. And we got championships all over the place. Amen. Knicks got championships all through the 70s. We've been winning championships all through the 70s. And Sister Rosalie Brown, you was there. And they say, oh, Pastor Wright, you don't even remember when the Knicks won a championship in the 70s, and I was born in the 70s. So I got a right to be a Knicks fan. Don't you tell me. Rosalie Brown was back there when they won with Earl Monroe. Anybody remember Earl Monroe? Yeah. I said they got a couple, Harden. Two is a couple. They got a couple. I ain't saying how many. I'm not saying how many. I know the Knicks got a couple of championships. I don't know how many they got. Whatever a couple is. And Earl Monroe, Walt Frazier, Dave DeBusschere, Willis Reed, even Phil Jackson. So that's the era I'm talking about. We were champions. And even in the 90s, we got 2 championships in the 90s. Did you know that? In 1994, we were the Eastern Conference champions. In 1999, we were the Eastern Conference champions. So that counts as championships. No, it wasn't back in slavery. You see, Harden, that counts as championships. All right? Now listen, first thing I want to talk about football. Yes, and Nick Barnett. Come on, Larry Ned. Larry Ned was born back in them days. He remember when the Knicks was on the top of their things. Moses was a referee. Listen, I want to talk about football. Talk about football because basketball season coming back. We get ready to talk about that. But in the NFL, well, let me stay on basketball. I'm gonna go to the NFL in a minute. But they have decided, and I think it's only fair because I raised a lot of sand. They got these 22 teams in Orlando that they're going to play the NBA season. But now, the 8 teams that they left out, because Black Lives Matter, you hear me? Nick Lives Matter, and you are not going to leave us out of the NBA. So the 8 teams that were left out, Knicks, Chicago Bulls, Golden State, all these other teams, they are now creating a season just for them in Chicago. And I don't know what the prize is going to be. I don't know if we're playing for a championship. I think they should call it the best of the worst championship. They are creating a season just for the 8 teams that were left out. And I'm telling you, the Knicks are the best of those teams. The New York Knicks. We're going to win some kind of championship today. We're going to win something today. This year, the Knicks going to win something. Yes, that's where I'm going, Harden. That's where I'm going. So, I'm excited about the NBA season. They are in the bubble in Orlando. They are in the bubble. And basketball is going to be starting real soon in a couple of weeks. We're going to start seeing NBA games on TV again. And hallelujah. Because I don't know about y'all, all your husbands out there, who haven't been able to watch the basketball game. At night, I have to watch what my wife want to watch. So I've been watching all kinds of silly things, Teen Moms, and all these other shows, The Oval, and what's the other one, Greenleaf. I'm sick of watching this mess. I want to watch some sports. I want my TV back. I ain't had the remote in my hand in 3 months. Hallmark Channel. And they ought to ban the Hallmark Channel. That should only be for Christmas time. You ain't got no business watching Hallmark and it's 90 degrees outside. I ain't had my remote in 3 months. I'm getting my remote back. All your men out there, take the remote back. When the basketball season comes, take it back. I'm taking this remote back, and we're going to watch the NBA. Oh, she had a ball all since March. The NBA shut down. Because every night, even if my team ain't playing, I'm watching something. I'm watching somebody's team play. But ever since then, she had the remote, and I'm subject to watching all these girly things. You know, I don't want to watch that. Yes, I agree, Larry Ned. The winner of the 18, they should do the draft order with that. Whoever wins out of these 18 that they got left, they get the number 1 pick. And that's when I know the Knicks will be the number 1. Give us something to play for. Give us something to play for. Bless you, Lady Harton. Now listen, to a more serious subject, we're going to go to the NFL. And I want to first say that I was wrong several years ago because I didn't have the understanding that I do now. But the Washington Redskins are renaming the team. The Washington Redskins. I don't know what the new name is going to be as of yet. The best of the scrubs. I don't know what the new name is going to be as of yet. But the Redskins are renaming their team. And it had to be done, especially with the climate that we are in right now. Listen, the way things are going right now, they done shut down Aunt Jemima. They done took Uncle Ben off the thing of the rice. They done You can't even go buy a black car from a dealership. So they are changing. Is that the real name, Harden? Is it the Red Tails? It can't be. Because that's just as bad as Redskins. So my thing is, years ago when someone told me that was a racist name, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it because I'm not Native American. I got some Indian in my family. You know, that's what this is. I got Indian in my family. All you're saying, you got Indian in your family. If your hair don't look like this, you ain't got no Indian in your family. This is Indian in your family. I got Indian. I got Cherokee in my family. If your hair like this, Lord help me. So I didn't understand that was a racial slur, because to me, in my ignorance, it's just a name, Redskins. But they explained it to me that for a Native American, saying Redskin is just as bad as saying the N-word. I don't like saying the N-word. Negro, I'll say Negro, but you know what they say. So, and to me, nothing compares. I don't think there is a word that compares to the N-word. I'm sorry. I'm not just, I hope I don't sound like a bigot just because I'm black. I think that's the most derogatory term, derogatory name you can call somebody. And I know sometimes they call Mexicans wetbacks and all that stuff. That's racist stuff. And Redskins, that's racist stuff. But the N-word, people will fight you if you call them that. People have lost jobs for using that word. People have lost, what the LA Clippers owner, lost his whole company for using that word. So that word is a little different. That's how I looked at it. But Redskins is just as derogatory to the Native Americans. And we have to realize not just what offends us, but what offends other people. So if it's been Redskins, really, the owner of the Redskins, the Washington team, and William Brown is a Redskin fan, the owner said he was honoring the Native Americans by calling them that. I remember years ago when the Knicks was one of the only all-black teams in the NBA, and they called them, the Knicks name used to be the Knickerbockers, but they flipped it and called us the Niggerbockers. See, some of y'all don't go back that far. You see, I'm giving you some history today. This is my history lesson head, Bob. Yeah, they used to call the Knicks the Niggerbockers. So they stopped calling the Knicks the Knickerbockers and just used Knicks. All right? So we want to be fair to the Native Americans. And first of all, let me give you a little history. They've been through something too. This was their land. White folks came and took it and gave them a little piece of it and charged them for it. All right? So they're going to rename the team from the Redskins. I believe it's the Red Tails. I don't know if that's true. I got to fact check you hard. I don't know if that's true. So they're going to rename the team. But if they renaming the team from the Washington Redskins to something else, they got to rename the Kansas City Chiefs. They got to rename the Atlanta Braves, the baseball team. They got to rename them. They got to rename the Cleveland Indians. So it's going to have to be a whole lot of changing. If the Redskins got to change their name, the Blackhawks got to change their name. What that, the Chicago Blackhawks? Ain't that the Chicago Blackhawks, the hockey team? All of them now have to change. So when you open the door for one, you open the door for everything. So, and I'm with it because that's like if somebody started a team, can you imagine if they called the Brooklyn Nets the Brooklyn Negroes? Or what if, how about this? Because we know what goes on in Boston. What if they called the New England Patriots the New England Crackers? What if they call the Miami Dolphins the Miami Wetbacks? So it is an offensive term, and I come to. It's just sad because so many Redskin fans, you know how much money they are losing now that they have to change their name? The jerseys have to change. All right, so the Chiefs, Larry Ned just scooped, the Chiefs are actually the highest honor of the Indians. Yes. So that may be a good name. And matter of fact, we got to stop calling them Indians. I heard they don't like to be called Indians. I heard that they like to be called Native Americans. That's like, you know, some folks say black folk don't like to be called colored no more. They don't say colored. They call us African Americans. It don't bother me. You call me by my name. So, you know, and they have to sit down with, if you're going to honor the Native Americans, sit down with them and see what they are good with, what they're comfortable with. Because they may not be comfortable being called they may not be comfortable being called the Black Hawks and all these different things. And I think if it was me, we should honor the tribes of the Indians. So you got Cherokee. They can call them the Kansas City Cherokees and all these different things. I don't know. But if you're going to honor them, how are you going to honor somebody and you don't get the information from the people that you're honoring on how to honor them? Like, I remember, and, you know, I was doing a party. I was playing for a party. And my band was playing. This is several years ago. And it was a Jewish party. So I'm thinking, all right, they want Jewish music. So I started playing all the music that I thought was Jewish music. Ding, 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 whatever that was. They said, no. That's we don't want that. We want regular jazz and hip hop. And I said, oh, okay. I thought y'all liked this. I told my band, look, we ain't gonna eat none of this stuff. All they're gonna have is knishes and stuff. And they had ribs. And all, I don't know what kind of Jews they were. They had fried chicken and all that stuff. See, what we think, if you're not part of that culture and you have not had experience with that culture, you don't know what that culture really likes. And that's the problem white folk got with us right now. They think that we were offended. I personally was not offended by Aunt Jemima on a syrup bottle. Not this new Aunt Jemima that had the perm. The old Aunt Jemima that had the rag on her head and all that stuff. But the new permed out, I didn't have a problem with that. I love that syrup. You need to talk to the people who you feel are being offended and see what offends them. Don't just make up your mind on what you think offends people or what you think people like. And this nut, he gonna say, oh, I guess they like the Redskins. How you figure? That's like, Redskins, I'm thinking of it now because their skin is red, so that's like calling us the Blackskins. So they are changing the name. I think this name change will happen before the season starts. But look at the money that they're gonna lose. But would you rather lose a couple of $100 million or lose billions? Because if he don't change his name, they're going to take that team from him. So they're going to have to change the jersey. If you got a Redskins jersey now from the past, you better hold on to it. It's going to be worth some money in the future. Hold on to it. William Brown, if you got a Redskins jersey, hold on to it. Because it's going to be worth something. Because they are wiping it away. And I don't know if the Red Tails is the right name, but I'm sure they got a lot of people that are way smarter than me that can help figure out their name. All right, this has been, I didn't want to stay on too long. This has been a quick episode of Church Guys Like Sports Too. And it don't matter what you call the Redskins, they still going to lose. Let's get that straight. Changing your name ain't going to make you win. I don't care if they call you the Washington Jesus. And I like Dwayne Haskins, but until they get a real team over there, they ain't going to win nothing. Matter of fact, the last time the Redskins did win was with a black quarterback named Doug Williams in the late 80s, early 90s. They won a Super Bowl with that man. So they need to keep Dwayne Haskins because last time y'all had some glory in Washington, it was with a black quarterback. All right, y'all. This has been an episode of Church Guys Like Sports too. Oh, the owners. Hold on. Larry, I got breaking news from Larry Ned. Coach Larry Ned said the owners want to sell. And listen, when you own a football team, owning a football team, every football team is worth at least $1 billion. Matter of fact, the Dallas Cowboys are worth $4 billion. The New York Giants is worth $2.5 billion. So when you own a football team, that's not like owning a hockey team or a basketball team. There's some basketball teams that are worth billions, but they ain't not a whole lot of them. Every football team is worth $1 billion. Football makes so much money. I think if Native Americans really want to do something, get together and buy a team. I think that, and this is what, and I was watching something, reading the Forbes list. There are at least 10 billionaire blacks in the United States of America. And I think, see, people don't want to talk about this. I think some of these billionaires, the Jets are worth $2 billion. You shut your mouth, William Brown. Some of these black billionaires need to get together and buy an NFL team. Why not buy Washington Redskins? And if we really want to invest our money, NFL teams don't lose money. They make money. Buy the Washington Redskins, and guess what? Sign Colin Kaepernick. These black billionaires need to get together and invest and buy an NFL team. When you have ownership of something, you ain't got to keep waiting for folks to give you nothing. When you have ownership. Because if we keep sitting around here waiting for folks to give us, we'll never have. We got to go out and buy. We got to go out and purchase an NFL team. We own a basketball team. What's the Charlotte Hornets? Michael Jordan owns that. I know we talk about him, but he got ownership in the team. I think LeBron James, when he retires, he gonna go buy the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if we can get together, all these billionaires, Rosalie Brown, she's a billionaire. Get her with Jay-Z, Puffy. What's that man? I forget his name. He paid all of the student loans from the college. The black man that paid all them student loans off. Purchase a football NFL team. I'm telling you. Because when they're in there making decisions, we ain't at the table. Come on, Harden, I'm with you. BET, I'm with you. Johnson. Was it Bob Johnson? And you know what? He was so rich that when he divorced his wife and she got half, she became a billionaire. That's how rich Johnson was. Him and his wife got divorced. She took half and became a billionaire. Like that. Oh, that's some money. And some of y'all, you know, Tiger Woods, billionaire. Yes, Tiger Woods, a billionaire. And I don't know how a billionaire black person go marry a nanny. Because billionaire whites, they don't go marry, billionaire black man go marry a white nanny. But a billionaire white man can't go marry no black nanny. How that happen? One more thing. I forgot to mention, I believe his name is McCord Maker. McCord Maker, a high school basketball, you're going to love this, Ned. A high school basketball star, number 16 in the nation. He had interviews with Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, and UCLA, and Howard University. 6'11", 230 pounds. Got handles for days. One of the best high school athletes they've ever seen. Basketball. He chose not to go to UCLA, not to go to Kentucky, not to go to Duke, not to go to Kansas. He chose to go to Howard University, a black school. A black college. And did not go to one of those big schools over there. You see there? That's power moves right there. And can you imagine if all of our black athletes in football and in basketball started choosing black schools over these white universities? I guarantee you, we start doing that, you're going to see the NCAA start making crazy changes. We start doing that. Can you imagine if Zion Williamson wasn't at Duke, but he was at Hampton University? Can you imagine when Duke come to play Howard and they got to deal with this 7-foot point guard? What if we stuck these white colleges, the Kentuckys, the Kansas, the UCLA, what if we stuck them with only white players from high school? And all the black players messed around and went to Delaware State, went to Hampton, went to Norfolk State, went to Howard, went to Morehouse. Can you imagine what the Final Four would look like? I don't care what you say. And I know Coach K is a great coach. I know John Calipari, he's a great coach. All these different things like that. If they had to coach nothing but white players, listen to me, they ain't gonna have them championships. They ain't going to the Final Four. If all of these athletes start picking black schools. But now, let's be real. Howard plays Howard. Howard now has to offer the same things Duke offer. Hampton has to offer the same things Kansas offer. We can't be sending our black superstar athletes to a black school, and the black school ain't doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, see, they're gonna get upset with me. You know, we can't be sending our black superstar athletes and then we don't look out for them. We let them party all the time and don't do now they academically ineligible because they haven't gotten their grades where they needed to be. We not, thank you, William Brown. They're not getting the black colleges ain't getting the media coverage because we're not putting dollars into the black colleges like we should. Their games aren't televised like the Dukes and the Kansas and the UCLAs because they don't have the budget for it. If we start getting these billionaires to pump more money into these black schools, then we can now start creating our own stuff. I would love love to watch a college basketball game on BET. Can you imagine that? Howard against Duke. It ain't on CBS. It's on BET. Oh, you see, you got to see these things happening. You got to see this stuff happening. And if we start pumping it, if they can get the same publicity there as they can get going to a major white school, if they can, his name is McCord Maker. That's this boy's name, McCord Maker. He's number 16 in the world, in the world right now. That, William Brown, that will be a game changer. Harden, change is here. And then and not only, because they say, oh, look, imagine in football. You imagine this, a football, what's the team? Let's say Alabama, Roll Tide, Nick Saban. What if Nick Saban had to coach nothing but white players? Do you think them white players will win? You think they're going to win a championship? Yeah, the quarterback might be white, but who he throwing to is black. Guess what? Who he passing the ball off to run is black. Sometimes who's blocking for him is black. What if all our college football stars went to black colleges? And we put the dollars behind them so they can get the national television contracts. I ain't never seen a Morehouse football game on TV. Put that money in there. All right? This has been an episode of Church Guys Like Sports 2. I'm going to come back on Wednesday and Friday at 12 noon, and we're going to keep talking about this because I truly believe that change is here. It's here right now. It's here. All right? That's his name, McCord Maker. He's a beast too, y'all. You can sow a seed into the Cash App if you like. $ David Wright Music, $ David Wright Music. And then again, you can tune in tonight. We're going to have some gospel music tonight. We're playing the hits again. It's Monday night. Y'all know what Monday night is. We're going to be playing the hits on Monday night, the gospel hits. But remember, you can love God and still watch sports. Peace out, y'all, and let's support black colleges.